quick video on modifications to Rivarossi AC11 so that the AC9 3D printed shell will fit. So I removed all the rear deck, which is now the front pilot, down to just that nub, sanded everything else around it square. Removed the drawbar, moved it to the other end. The new pilot deck, which is actually designed for a KD coupler box as well, it fits in there perfect. Haven't put a screw in mine yet. That hole in the middle is designed to go on that pin. And let's see if I can get it on there with one hand. I think I can. There we go. And so there's that. So you could glue it with CA glue or contact cement or silicone if you wanted a temporary attachment. The headlight has a hole in the plate so that you could run wires up into the headlight, down, and either out the side, or you could drill a hole here, and then you could attach heat shrink tubing on the steam pipe that comes up inside and run your wires that way if you like. That's my plan anyway. I've done it before for Tinder lights. So that's fitting the front pilot deck. The shell is designed to fit in the stock location. One of the things I've noticed is I have 3 different AC11s and they're all 3 slightly different. You might have to remove a little material from this edge and from under here for adjustment fore and aft. Another option is to cut that section off like that and then just glue this piece to the bottom here. The split line is covered up by the compressors anyway, so you wouldn't be able to see it. So that piece just used to be on the bottom there. Cut it off, and now the shell is just the top half, and the other piece there would be permanently attached to the bottom portion of the boiler. Like I said on the other model, I've had to trim a little bit on this edge and a little bit down here, lightly though, not much at all, to get the fit that I like. And then you'll have to drill your hole here to hit the mounting boss there, as well as there's a mounting boss in the front, and there's a pilot hole there, which should be pretty close. I didn't bother putting mounts in the rear. I found that with the middle and the front screws attached, it's solid enough. On the rear end of it, I basically cut everything off except for the big bumper, and I reshaped that slightly. This allows the lower portion of the cab to fit down into that area, which kind of simulates the auger, but it gives you a good place to run your wires if you DCC back to the tender, right out that tube. Kind of cool. With the larger shell, if you've remotored, you might have enough room now to run a flywheel on this side. I'm going to give it a shot anyway. I have a thinner flywheel that should work. Right now the drawbar is just tapped into the plastic chassis there. I'm going to see about putting a washer and a nut on the back side of it. So anyway, that's about the only modifications, well, only. Those are the modifications that you need to make for this shell to fit and attach. So, I mean, it's a modeler's thing. You're going to have to do some drilling, some shaping, some sanding, but you'll eventually get it. It's pretty close as is, not a lot of work. If you do sand and file on it, do it lightly because the material is pretty soft. You'll end up with something like this. Oh, can't forget the front pilot. Or maybe we can. Oh, there we go.